could probably tell I'm trying out a few new things for the intro video. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Last episode, we met up with Lyris and started to uncover a mystery that has to do with the Witches' Coven here in Western Skyrim. We met the Queen Gerhild, and her daughter, Princess Savannah, who likes to hang out over at the Lonely Troll Tavern. We were told by Kasala, who runs a smuggling business down by the Solitude docks, that they had been bringing goods up to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Reachman goods. We travel now up to this abandoned lodge to look for more clues to see if we can uncover what the Reachmen may be up to and what the witches may be up to. People have been disappearing, and there have been mysterious murders occurring. Approaching the abandoned lodge, there sure are a lot of bats or something flying around on top of that lodge. Oh no!
A straggler. I have more than I need, so I'll just feast on you.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's rather tough. I almost died here. Looting his body, go into the lodge. They must have left some tidbits here for us to figure out what's going on here in Western Skyrim. It looks like there's a letter here. Letter to Pintarch. Pintarch Zeros. Preparations are complete, my Breton brother. We are ready to begin the ritual. Send the latest shipment to Kilkreath Temple. Sister Ambrit will put everything to good use. You have done well. Await my next command. R. Who is R? Who is Sister Ambrit? Who is Pintarch Zeros? Who are these people? Hopefully we'll find out soon. Exiting the lodge, we find Lyris just to the west of the lodge. It looks like she has been busy as well. Lyris, what are you doing down here?
Over here, partner.
What have you got here, Lyris?
All I found were these Reachmen stalking the pass. Decided they'd rather die than talk, so I obliged. They don't look like they're from Icereach, but they are wearing the Coven's medallions. Anyway, did you find the lodge?
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to meet me at the lodge. The lodge was empty, but I found a letter for the Breton. Orders to send the shipment to Kilkreath, and I got attacked outside the lodge when I first approached it.
Kilkreath? The temple to Meridia? Why would the Icereach Coven target a local Daedra cult?
Well, the letter said they were ready to start the ritual as soon as they received the shipment.
Damn, we're running out of time. I'll head back to Solitude and try again to warn High King Svargrim. You go to Kilkreath Temple and alert Meridia's priests. I'll meet you there as soon as I can.
Warn Meridia's priests? Shouldn't I attempt to stop the ritual?
You'll be going up against the Coven by yourself. Warn the priests. If there's an opportunity to safely stop or delay the ritual, by all means, but don't take any unnecessary chances. I still don't want to lose another partner. Good luck.
A vampire attacked me. Alright, I'll see you at Kilkreath Temple after you warn the High King. Well, it appears it's not out of the ordinary that a vampire attacked me. I don't know, they didn't script it into the dialogue here. Well, we need to head over to Kilkreath Temple, which is west of our current location. Along the way, we run into a person who lost a pet.
Muffins, where are you? Muffins, come back! Oh, excuse me. Have you seen a mammoth with big adorable eyes stomping around anywhere? Her name is Muffins and I'm worried sick about her.
You have a pet mammoth? I do too. It's a pocket mammoth.
Is that so strange? Yes, I do. I raised her from just a wee little thing. I can't imagine a life without her. Just one look at her sweet face and you'd understand. Oh, why did I think a fence would stop her?
Oh, I wish you luck.
I'm sure she'll come back, won't she? She must be so frightened.
Oh, well, I sure hope she finds her little muffin, or giant muffin. Maybe we'll see her later. I don't know. Kind of hoping it's a one of those events that you will see the continuation of the story as you travel. We pass by the Kilkreath Temple Way Shrine.
A disaster has befallen Kilkreath Temple.
Oh, who is this?
A disaster?
Don't be alarmed. I mean you no harm. But there are harrow fiends swarming around Kilkreath Temple who do. Head back to safety before they find you.
I was sent to warn the temple priests.
I'm sorry, but you're too late. An unnatural storm struck the temple and now the entire area is overrun by vampires and harrow fiends.
What are harrow fiends? And for that matter, who are you?
Harrow fiends are feral vampires, a byproduct of the unnatural Harrowstorm. As for me, I am Fennorian of House Ravenwatch. I came here on the trail of remains stolen from a mass grave in Bankurai. They were shipped to Solitude in ancient urns.
I found urns and crates smuggled into Solitude. They seem to be related to the Ice Reach Coven.
Yes, I've run into the Coven as well. The urns and the stolen remains play a part in a ritual to summon the storms. If you're willing, I could use your assistance. I need to finish my investigation of the site to see what else I can learn.
What do you need me to do?
I could use your help to examine the strange pikes erected around the temple. Harrow fiends and vampires roam the area, making it difficult to get close. Hence the need for your assistance. You see, I'm not that confident in my combat prowess.
Aren't you a vampire?
Is it that obvious? But have no fear. As a member of House Ravenwatch, I have pledged to never take blood from an unwilling subject. I assure you, I'm only here to help.
How can a vampire help stop the Ice Reach Coven?
I am much more than just a vampire. In addition to being an agent of House Ravenwatch, I am a master alchemist and an expert in arcane studies. I do try to avoid direct violence, though, to make sure I never give in to temptation.
I say this knowingly, knowing that I am also inflicted with vampirism. What's House Ravenwatch?
House Ravenwatch is one of the noble houses of Rivenspire. Our liege, Count Verandus, has dedicated us to the cause of peaceful coexistence between mortals and those of the vampiric persuasion. That often makes us defenders of Tamriel.
Well, the Ice Reach Coven is comprised of witches, not vampires.
True, but I've seen evidence of a vampiric connection. At the very least, the material they transported from Bankurai included the remains of ancient vampires. They were part of an army that was defeated in the First Era. The Grey Host.
The Grey Host?
An army that consisted of vampires and werewolves, led by King Styriek and Verkarth. They were eventually defeated by the garrison at Bankurai in High Rock. It all happened a very long time ago. But such remains radiate with arcane power.
Oh, yeah, I could understand that. So what exactly happened at Kilkreath Temple?
The Ice Reach Coven performed a ritual that unleashed a Harrowstorm on the temple. It struck without warning and evaporated as quickly as it began. But in its wake, it left behind harrow fiends. Innocent priests and pilgrims transformed into monsters.
And what exactly is this Harrowstorm you keep mentioning?
That's what I heard the Ice Reach Coven call the storm that struck Kilkreath Temple. It's magical in nature, the result of some sort of ritual performed by the witches. I'm still investigating, but I think the Harrow Fiends are a byproduct of the storm.
All right, well, let's get over there and investigate the area.
Accompanied now by Fennorian, we head further west to head down to Kilkreath Temple and investigate the Harrowstorm sites.
Look! A priest of Meridia! Maybe they can tell us more about what happened at the temple.
A priest of Meridia? Oh, yeah, right up here. Maybe he needs help.
Please, can anybody help us? Oh, thank Meridia! The priests and pilgrims of Kilkreath Temple. We need assistance. A great and terrible storm struck, and so many of us were lost.
In case we were unsure,
What's Kilkreath Temple?
A temple dedicated to Meridia, the Lady of Light. Pilgrims come from across Skyrim to pray and seek blessings, especially at this time of the year. Please, talk to Priest Bavian. You'll find her in the nearby cave, tending to the injured.
Okay, tell me more about Priest Fabian.
She's the ranking priest, after High Priest Varkor. But we haven't seen a High Priest since the storm hit. Bavian led a group of us to safety. There are more priests and pilgrims out there. If you're willing to help, please talk to Bavian.
All right, I'll talk to Priest Bavin.
The living take precedence. We should search for survivors while investigating the pikes.
this starts Meridia's Brilliance. Let's go in and talk to Priest Bavian and see if we can figure out what else is going on in this area.
Another pilgrim seeking shelter from a storm? No, you don't appear to be a pilgrim. What brings you here?
I met a priest outside. He said you needed assistance.
Even in our darkest hour, Meridia provides a light. We were on our way to see High Priest Varkor when the storm hit. I've never seen such power. It raged like a thing alive. I gathered who I could, but the others are still out there.
Where do you want me to look?
Start at the stables to the northwest. I saw Acolyte Yod, Priest Irena, and Roligmorth the Pilgrim seek shelter there. If you find them, send them back here. After that, meet me at the Pilgrim's Lodge to the west of the temple.
All right, I'll look for the people you mentioned at the stables.
Look for Yod, Irena, and Roligmorth at the stables. Then meet me at the Pilgrim's Lodge. I will head there after I finish caring for these injured souls. Meridia's light shine upon you, good friend.
Can you tell me more about Kilkreath Temple?
Kilkreath Temple provides a safe haven for the priests and pilgrims of Meridia. At least it did, before this terrible storm struck. The Lady of Light has always protected us. Why today should be different, I don't understand.
Are you in charge of the temple?
No, that honor goes to our High Priest Varkor. I am but her humble assistant. She is my mentor and my friend. After you find the others, I'll meet you at the Pilgrim's Lodge, and we can search for the High Priest together.
Tell me more about this storm you experienced.
We were on our way to the temple for prayers when an oily black ichor roiled in the sky. The wind picked up and red streaks of lightning struck all around us. We barely made it to the safety of this cave. The storm abated. Then the sounds started.
What sounds?
Groans, shrieks, blood-curdling screams. It sounded like wild and feral beasts followed in the wake of the storm. I sent Priest Isofnir outside to keep watch, but I told him not to take any unnecessary risks. We're priests, not soldiers, after all.
All right. Nimona checks in on the other survivors here in this cave.
That storm! It was terrifying. Oh, the others are still out there. I hope they're all right.
Priest Bavian was so brave. She led us to this cave and safety. But those noises outside, what did the storm bring with it, I wonder?
I wanted to help the others, but Meridia's words came to me as the storm struck. Every life bears responsibility for itself. Well, I made sure I was responsible for my own life, just as the priests teach us.
When the storm struck, we ran for our lives. It was unnatural, evil. Still, I'm alive, praise Meridia.
Praise Meridia indeed. And then leaves to continue the investigation in the area and look for more survivors. It's at this point that I suddenly realize there's a vampiric bear just outside the cave. So that means the Harrowstorm is also turning the wildlife around the eye of the storm as well. We better keep our eyes out. What is going on over here? As we start our search further west of the cave, we start finding harrow fiends and other vampires all across the area over here. We find an empty campsite that has a few lootable items. And then just further down the road, we find our first witch's pike with a harrow fiend and a vampire Skelguard. Taking them out, we take a closer look at this ritual site. It appears to be a depleted witch's pike.
An alchemical residue. That should prove useful.
A alchemical residue. All right. Well, let's continue. Heading further down the road, we find the stables that Priest Bavian wanted us to look for to see if there were any more survivors from the Harrowstorm. I went to the stable first, but it makes more sense to go to the cabin first, story-wise, so we'll go there first.
Why has Meridia forsaken me?
Hello?
Keep calm. We mean you no harm.
We're here to help.
High Priest Vakor will find me. Meridia will save me. When things are darkest, her light shines the way. Please don't eat me.
I don't want to eat you right now. Priest Bavian sent me. I'm here to help.
Priest Bavian? Where's High Priest Vakor? Did those horrible creatures get her? We hid in the stables, but then Priest Irena changed. That's when I ran in here.
Go meet Priest Bavian and the others in the cave to the southeast. I'll check on Priest Durena. After searching the lodge a bit, we can head back out and head down to the stables where we find Priestess Davina. I found that you can find lore books in some of the bookshelves here in Western Skyrim.
What happened to this poor woman? She looks distraught.
The priest's eyes stare blankly, and she doesn't respond to your greeting. Are you okay? This survivor, who is now deceased, had a medallion of Meridia. We head south to look for more Harrowstorm ritual sites. Another depleted witch pike.
It's depleted. Just ordinary sticks and rope now. Interesting.
Yes, very interesting indeed. We continue southwest, only one more site to investigate. On the way, we find a cabin. There's a cabin up here. Let's take a look at this place. It looks like this may be the Pilgrim's Lodge.
Acolyte Ivina, please, wake up.
No visible damage despite its proximity to the eye of the storm.
Interesting. What's going on?
Acolyte Ivina can't hear me. She's standing right here, but she's gone.
That acolyte. She's just like the priest Darina at the stables.
Is this what would have happened to all of us if I hadn't gotten the others into the cave? I tried to heal Ivina, but Meridia's light had no effect. But what was that about Priest Darina and the stables?
I found the people you sent me for. Halt is safe, Greymoor is dead, and the other...
is like poor Ivina. We must find High Priest Varkor. If anyone is powerful enough to cure this unnatural ailment, it will be her. Meridia willing. We'll find the High Priest and everyone else safe in the temple.
All right, let's head to the temple then. I'm not sure we're gonna find them safe though. We can loot a few items from the Pilgrim's Lodge and then heading out.
We need to find High Priest Varkor. Let's head to the temple.
We see one last witch's pike over to the right. Investigating, the Harrow Fiend here respawned on me, but we see that it's depleted as well, the same as the other witch's pikes we've looked at.
Can you feel the lingering energy? That's Daedric, if I'm not mistaken.
Do not think to blame Meridia for this, vampire.
Meridia? Daedra? What are you talking about?
These depleted witch pikes expended a lot of power to summon the Harrowstorm. Now they're just ordinary sticks, but even in this state, they tell us much about the ritual that flowed through them.
Remind me, what did we learn by examining the depleted witch pikes?
I'm sure now that the pikes play a significant role as focal points for the storm ritual. The prepared pikes are depleted as the ritual runs its course, but I sensed lingering energy, including a Daedric taint. And we found an intriguing residue.
What's the significance of the residue?
It's the remains of an alchemical poultice that was spread over the pikes. Smells like rotting fungus, doesn't it? With a little study, I should be able to identify each ingredient in its makeup. Then I can begin to understand the ritual.
Should we take a closer look at the temple now?
One other thing I want to check first. I noticed the pilgrims leading a cart away from the temple right before the storm hit. Coven members could have tried to slip away among the innocents. The cart should be along the road south of the temple.
Okay, we'll go check on the pilgrims before we go to Kilkreath Temple. Heading southeast, we find the cart not far away. There it is. I see it. Are you okay?
Strange. They're alive, but unresponsive. Check the crates and see if they contain the smuggled items.
You seem to know a lot about a great many things, vampire.
They're just as dazed as the two pilgrims we found up at the lodge. Yep, this one's marked just like the others. Dust and ashes. I found that in the last crate also.
Did you find anything of interest in the crate?
The crate was empty except for some dust and ash.
I can't believe anyone knowingly involved would have let themselves be exposed to the storm. Perhaps the pilgrims were tricked into transporting the crate. Or maybe it was slipped into their cart.
Should we check the temple now?
Yes, of course. Though I fear what we may find there. The temple was clearly at the center of the storm. Regardless, there's still a lot we don't know about the effects of this ritual. Observing the target area could offer new insights.
All right, let's head to the temple. Finally. Feels like we've been trying to head to Kilkreath Temple since the start of this quest. Heading down the road to the east, we have to head up into the woods slightly. I'm actually not sure the proper way to get into this temple. We managed to find it. And things are not peaceful as we presumed they may be. Harrowfiend's here as well. Oh no.
By Meridia's light, so many dead. How could Meridia let this happen to her faithful?
Examining the acolyte.
These are temple priests and pilgrims. It seems the storm killed them.
These were good people, devout followers. How could Meridia let this happen?
Well, let's go into the temple and see if we can figure that out. Next episode, we'll find out what's going on in Kilkreath Temple, what's happened to all of the priests here, and where the high priest is. We'll meet up again with Lyris soon in the future. Stay healthy. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.